Yeah, well, I wonder, because of the remarkable role he played, there's something singular about that, right? That what would you say, integrity and vision that enabled him to see the true nature of the communist threat early, to fight that locally and to learn how to do it, and then to take that battle onto the international stage, right?
Yeah.
To make that the focal point of his presidency.
Yeah, even when it was really not the issue.
Right,
Even when like most people were over here
Yeah.
about that, he was. That's what makes a great president is when they can point out, because they have all the info, and they can say it's here that we need to go, and convince people that of what it is to go in the right direction, remind them of the principles, and not just the issue of the day.
Right. Well, that's something
to get votes.
Right. Exactly. Well, that's something like a prophetic spirit, right? That ability to see the current situation clearly and to see into the future and to put your finger exactly in the right spot. And it isn't the case, generally speaking, that American presidencies are founded on, say, a foreign policy vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
Foreign policy is important, obviously, but it's usually not central. And it's much easier for a president to default to some fast payoff local issue and to do that continually rather than to fight the battle he fought, which he really fought for decades, right?
Yeah.
Really, literally for decades.
He was the first to say no to the Soviets, but his take was so brilliant, and it was disguised. And because his idea, and it wasn't originally his idea, it was from a lot of reading, research, and just time spent. He thought the answer was to bankrupt the Soviets.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Their economy is minuscule, even today, to what ours is. They had done so much military spending, and they were really, things were so bad over there for the Soviet people. The lines just to get food and this and that. And that
3 hours
he comes up with
bread.
Star Wars, which didn't really exist. He got the idea from the movie, about lasers, that are going to shoot down missiles in space. It didn't exist. And Russians knew it didn't exist. At least 90%, they knew it didn't exist, but it was that 10% that Reagan made him think about it. He didn't back off of it at all.
Yeah.
And so,
that's a weird blend of fiction and fact.
That really tore them up.
Yeah.
And so they were on this military spending, and finally they just, it just toppled. Mm-hmm. That's really what brought the Soviet Union down.